worked hard to get where you are, so why keep getting turbocharged when doing your own taxes? This tax season, switch to H&R Block. Block's live chat connects you with tax pros to provide real-time personalized tax expertise. Just upload last year's tax return and you're all set. Easy to switch, easy to do your own taxes, easy to pay less than TurboTax. Get started at hrblock.com and see for yourself why it's better with Block. Comparison based on regular price for standard paid DIY products on TurboTax.com as of 12/1/23. Excludes Plus product. TurboTax is a registered trademark of Intuit Inc.
Hello. Fuck it. A lot of people run their stream for like 20 fucking minutes, 30 minutes, an hour before they start the stream because they want to wait for everybody to show up. Fuck that shit. Let's go, boys. What is the stream? Before anybody asks. This is some random shit. Plagued Moth retracted all of his fucking shit. That's crazy, huh? I mean, he went back on it, but once you retract it, that's it. So, we're done. I think we're pretty much done with Plagued Moth, unless he does some other crazy shit, which, that's a big if, because he probably will, but, you know, I can't promise that we're done with Plagued Moth, because he might do some crazy fucking shit again, but, other than that, you know, he recanted, so, there you go. What happened to Mr. Medicare 2.0? Fucking Jesus Christ. Is Mr. Medicare dead? That's a legit question. I don't keep track of anything in drama or commentary or dromedary or dromedaries. I don't keep track of any of these fucking people. And that's not to say that they're bad people or think their content is shit. But I have no idea. So, somebody said he was dead. I don't know. I heard of him back in the day. Hopefully he's doing fine. Cue somebody saying he's not. Hope everyone is having a good day. You too. I missed the old days, I missed the days of YouTube where other creators didn't make pedophile allegations. Was that ever though? Really? I think it probably happened just behind the scenes a lot more. Now it's more upfront and more like people use it for content. Moth just throws that word around. Never understood why people feel the need to ruin other people's lives. He got very, very defensive. Okay, so the thing with Moth, and I'll just kind of answer this, you know, quickly. Not yet. Okay. Well, more power to him. Hope he is doing okay. With, you know, however he, you know, can. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just kind of commenting out of my ass. But yeah, see, the thing is, Plagued Moth needed to ruin other people because people were questioning him, and the questions that they were asking were some incendiary questions that he apparently had no answers to. If he had answers to them, it'd be a different story. Everybody would fucking move on, but you know. Smoking that Dilmo pack. Don't forget to go to dilmo.com. DILLMO.com. Moth muted me after I reminded him of how he defended lollies on Twitter. Well, of course he did. Damn. Oh, we got a super chat. You know, I got a fucking Simpleton, Himpleton, Pimpleton. Have you ever thought of Pimpleton as like a third name? Because people will automatically think it's like a, you know, reference to a pimple. But you could, you know, claim, no, I'm a pimp. I'm a pimp. Be funny because, you know, it's sort of like a shitty name. If you don't tell us this fire music, I'm pulling an Andrea. It's Smearballs. Look up Smearballs. SMEARBALLS on SoundCloud or, you know, whatever. But yeah. Got his permission a while back to use one of his songs for my intro on one of my channels. And he was like, yeah, I don't care. So I was like, this seems like the perfect person to promote and, you know, also not get DMCA'd over. But yeah, Himpleton has joined the channel. He's subscribed for $4.99. And good purchase. I never stream, so that was a very, very smart purchase. See you next month when you're canceling and wondering why you spent that money. But yeah. Alright. So this is just going to be me scrolling through chat and answering shit and putting stuff up on screen. I expect somebody at some point to say, what's the proof of this? What's the proof of that? And, you know, then I'll pop it up on screen or something like that. It doesn't have much longer. That's a shame. I remember back in the day listening during, like, the whole Gamergate shit, when that was, like, something you couldn't avoid hearing about. I remember his name and, like, his videos or something in that debacle. Do you think Plague's wife will get swooped up by the feds? No. I don't think anything negative will happen to Plagued Moth or his wife. I do not believe in systems. I do not believe in the system. When people say, do you want Plagued Moth off YouTube? I'm like, that'd be funny, but I don't think YouTube will do it. When they say, do you think YouTube should... Or YouTube. Do you think that Plagued Moth should go to jail? I'm like, if he's guilty of X, Y, and Z, he still hasn't answered for certain things, then probably he has evaded an arrest warrant, so he probably belongs in jail. Do I think he will go to jail? I don't have faith in the systems. I don't think so. Show us the kitty for $2. Is that... I hope you're talking about my actual cat, because... Oh, fuck. I wonder if I have a picture... Fuck. Now you're going to make me look for a picture. Give me 1 second. I know I posted on my fucking Discord a picture of my cat long ago. Let me see if I have sort by old. I'm looking through my Discord here. Yeah. I'll post it up on Twitter after this if not, because I'll have longer to look up, you know, the fucking shit. But yeah. Can't find it quickly enough to, you know, not slow down the entire process. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put a cat up on screen, and I am speaking slowly to delay, like Plagued Moth does when he's looking for evidence. That was funny. Give me 1 second to look in for the evidence I have on Slime Beast. Takes 5 hours. There she is. There she is sitting on in a cardboard box. That's as good as you're going to get, because that's the picture I found first. First time I've tuned into a Slime Beast stream. That's because they never happen. And of course YouTube didn't send me a notification for it. Yeah, well. First of all, YouTube sucks. Second of all, I never stream. Does anybody know which images Moth saw that made him accuse Lyrics of being a pedophile? They are in, if you go to Lyrics' channel, I believe he shows them on screen in his video answering Moth. Like, I think he goes over that Mr. Sen dipshit's video, and I think you can see on screen the pictures he's talking about. But yeah, it's one of them. This is the thing with these people, like Mr. Sen and with Plagued Moth. They pull one image out of like however many images, and they say, "Why is this image here?" And it's like, is that representative of everything, or is that the exception? Because I saw one image in that video. I saw one image of an anime drawing of a kid, fully dressed kid, and I'm like, if you're liking 1,000 images of fully dressed anime children, then I might wonder why you have such a penchant for that. Why are you so into, like, what is the... Okay, can you maybe sort of explain why you have 1,000 likes on just anime children? But if it's one out of, like, a bunch of other shit, then I'm like, nah, it doesn't fucking matter. Lyrics made reviews of Lolly. Yeah. Which are anime fictional characters. Wasn't he, like, a kid at the time, too? I don't know what the fuck. I have no idea. I like the fact you're old. I'm old, too. Hell yeah, I'm old. That's the funny thing. A lot of people will be like, you're old. You shouldn't comment on this. You shouldn't do that. And it's like, you're going to be old soon, and everybody's going to tell you not to fucking talk about anything. Real question is, when will the fear-ficking return? Never. Abysme left. Moth and Mama Max are everything that is wrong with this site. Yeah. And, YouTube doesn't enforce a lot of shit. Like, a lot of the shit with Mama Max, I'm sure that Mama Max violated the terms of service of the site way before any of this. Like, just by the fact of, calling people pedophiles without warrant. He apparently, someone told me, was talking about having people killed or attacked or hunted down or something like that. I'm sure those are against the TOS somewhere. So a lot of this probably would never have fucking happened. Like, when you're going on YouTube and you're saying a bunch of crazy shit, you shouldn't have an expectation of, well, I'm not technically breaking TOS if I say I'm going to have someone killed. like, it's kind of unhinged, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Hey, Slime, what's up? Not much. What's up, Amaya? I'm surprised Moth hasn't started working with Max. He did. Moth did a collaboration with Mama Max that he was super proud of. Now, Moth, when I brought up to him, Moth was talking about, I know you don't have any views on your content, blah, 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 blah. So I linked him to like a 5 million view video I have, and his response to that was, well, I worked with Mama Max, so and I'm like, that's not, okay, whatever. But he was super proud of that until Mama Max cut him off, which is before all of this recent stuff. And it's like, how do you get cut off by Mama Max? That's what I'd like to know. How are you to a point where Mama Max says, I think you're kind of a... Oh, wait, sorry. Where Mama Max says, I think you're kind of a fake asshole. Like, Jesus Christ, imagine. You can totally imagine Moth thinks Mama Max is an idiot without realizing he's pretty much exactly the same. That is true, because after Mama Max cut Moth off from collaborating, Moth went into the whole thing of, he's an asshole, which, hey, a broken clock is right twice a day. Cute cat, thank you. I made it myself, not really. It's actually made a cake. Sometimes I can't believe I was a Moth fan. It happens. Hey, Slime Beast, what's going on? Nothing. I'm just celebrating the end of Plagued Moth. I don't think this is kind of like my send-off on my channel. Like, I think this is pretty much a send-off where I'm going to be able to not make videos about Moth anymore. He would have to do something new and stupid, which honestly, I can see it happening. But hopefully he doesn't do anything new and incredibly stupid toward me or toward, anybody that I, have been working on stuff with. So hopefully this is the send-off. Hopefully the stream is the goodbye to Moth on this channel. Wow, Moth was so bad, even Max cut him off, yeah. Probably yeah. God damn it. He probably did mention watching that to Max, and then wouldn't share it, but no, I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding. I'm kidding. Pet the cat. Okay. I'm moving my mouse over the cat. I don't even think I have the... Yeah, I don't have the stream capturing my mouse. You'll have to imagine it. It's always the most ridiculous shit talking that gets Moth cut by literally everyone, and then it's the fault of everyone but him. Exactly. You know, this is the thing. I personally, because, you know, a lot of people think I'm overinvested in this shit. I'm a shit poster. I'm someone who will dig into your past and find every little thing that you did wrong or said wrong, or I will find things that contradict what you said today. Like if you say today, you know, I have never roasted marshmallows, I will go back through your Facebook feed and I will find the photos of you at camp roasting marshmallows when you were 6 years old. You know, people think I'm like over obsessed and shit like that because of that type of thing. But really, really, you know, other people have gotten way into this. Like, other people have asked other YouTubers what they think of him. I don't care about that. You know, other people have gotten into a lot of other stuff that, to me, is not, like, evidence of wrongdoing. Like, I go for the evidence of shit. Or evidence of, you know, misstatements and things like that. But, you know, other people, this is what I'm leading to in this long fucking spiel. Other people have talked to, like, other YouTubers about him. Like, I won't name drop because I don't want to get people in hot water, you know, that don't want to deal with him. But pretty much any YouTuber you can think of that you might think could tangentially be related to Moth does not like Moth. And this is specifically because of what you've said about talking about CP, talking about a lot of shit, you know, that is way out of pocket. I don't think Moth has any collaborators. Like, this is sort of like, you'll have to forgive, like, the appeal to popularity bullshit, you know, Redditor moment here. You'll have to forgive the logical fallacy here. But I don't think, does Moth even have anybody he works with? Like, I know he'll appear on streams of people he thinks like him, like Mr. Sen. He appeared on Lyrics' stream because he thought Lyrics liked him. You know, he'll appear with people, or for people, but I don't think he actually has anybody who will touch him with a 10-foot pole in terms of putting their content or their career on the line. Which, again, is a, you know, that's like a popularity thing if you want, but whatever. It's just this, it's kind of telling. It's that old saying of when everywhere you go smells like shit, you know, maybe check the bottom of your own shoes. You know, everywhere he goes, people are fucking assholes, or is it possible that he's the asshole? Do you think Moth and his wife's channels will get punished and wiped off the site for good? No, I do not. I don't have any faith in the systems at hand. I've seen, you know, too much over like 10... Goddamn. Over like 10 to 20 years on YouTube. It's depressing to say. After 10 to 20 years on YouTube, I don't have any faith in YouTube based on a tremendous amount of times they have failed to take care of things that were very, very obvious problems. Like, I've found videos during this whole Plagued Moth shit. There's been videos I've located where the footage is actually like the typical thing that people do. It's Ronnie McNutt blowing his head off on a, you know, video, and, you know, they'll put it as, you know, here's a preview of this new upcoming DC movie, and, you know, you'll go to watch the preview and it's Ronnie McNutt blowing his head off. And, you know, I found stuff like that, and I've, you know, reported that to YouTube, and granted that got taken down, but that got taken down a month later. Like, holy fucking shit. Even with something that bad, it takes 30 fucking days for these people to, you know, get, you know, past the backlog and get to this shit. I do not have any faith that anybody on YouTube will face any repercussions for anything, unless there is a huge Twitter firestorm. I mean, look at Sniper Wolf. You know, I'll bring that stupid shit in here. Just quickly, you know, look at Sniper Wolf. Drive to someone's house, essentially threaten them, and, well, we're gonna demonetize your channel for 7 days, or whatever the fuck it was. Give me a fucking break. Meanwhile, if somebody with, like, 1,000 subscribers, or, like, you know, even up to 10,000 subscribers, if that person drove to somebody's house and was, you know, threatening, they'd be nuked immediately. You know, so that's... I have no faith in the system. Anyway. I'm gonna belch? Okay. Do you think... No, that's what I read already. Sorry for bringing up old news. I haven't been on the Discord for like 8 months. No worries about it. No, who cares? Whatever. Don't worry about it. This is a celebration of Moth's destruction, so whatever. What happened to with Moth? Moth went on a live stream recently. This was like a couple days ago. Moth went on a live stream where he thought the person interviewing him was a friend of his, like, friendly to him, on his side, and Moth got absolutely decimated, absolutely destroyed. Like, and I mean literally decimated. Every 10th Moth. It's not the right use of the term, but you get the idea. He was destroyed, and he recanted a lot of what he said. Now, he did try to go back on what he said and say, actually, it was true. But once you recant it, you can't go back and say it was true. Once you admit to lying, you can't say I didn't lie. Like, now you admitted it. That's it. You can't say you lied about something and say, actually, never mind, I lied about lying. Moth has been ridiculous this whole time, exactly. This is why I personally prefer Disturbed Reality. I've heard a lot of good things about Disturbed Reality. I'm disconnected from the commentary stuff. Like, people say, Slime Beast, Schmorkus482, commented on the Plagued Moth drama, and I'm like, that's awesome. Who's Schmorkus482? And they're like, he's one of the biggest commentary YouTubers right now. He went after Mama Max, and I'm like, I have no fucking idea. Big fish, small pond. And that's not, a diss to them or anything like that. It's just like, a lot of people think, everybody knows. Everybody knows Schmorkus482, and I'm like, nah, dude. But yeah, Disturbed Reality, I've heard good things about their content, and I haven't seen it, but I've heard that it's good. So I'm gonna put that out there and say they sound like one of the people who does informative videos about terrible things. Well, it's a great sentence. Moth needs to go. People like him are ruining YouTube. I agree. I agree that Moth should go. I don't know if Moth will go. You get what I'm saying? I don't have any faith in the system. Modest Primax. I always find it strange. I don't know why I'm giving you this voice. I guess because your name sounds like a Transformer. I always find it strange how anyone compares Moth to Disturbed Reality. Completely different in the way they present themselves and their content. That's like I said. That's why I've heard good things about Disturbed Reality and only bad things about Moth. YouTube has gone too far. Gone for a long time. Yeah. They're lazy. They're lazy as fuck. Because, I understand. I see that creepy reading in the chat, by the way. I don't want to just, totally blank on that and be like I don't see him or something. But yeah, the the thing with YouTube is they have seen a ton of uprisings on like Twitter and all other social media. Is there any other social media besides Twitter these days? I don't fucking know. But they've seen uprisings because of their decisions. YouTube terminates this channel, and there's a hashtag movement to bring the channel back. YouTube makes this decision, and there's a big uproar with a ton of content creators threatening to leave YouTube because they made a stupid decision. So I feel like YouTube's position now is to not make decisions. Like, they canceled their like year in review video where they would make this big thing at the end of the year. Here's all the YouTubers throwing paint at each other and being fucking idiots, and here's Will Smith to introduce it. And people were like, we don't want that. And so they dropped it. And so to a certain extent, I almost feel like they've dropped, by and large, enforcement of their own rules because it makes people unhappy. But then, now that they're not enforcing it equally, that makes people just as unhappy. So YouTube, you can't win. You might as well just throw out Gorbius. You may as well just get rid of the people who are stepping over the line. They thankfully got rid of Burn Show, but Burn Show literally had to react to CP in order to get taken out. Like, he literally had to go to the absolute extreme. And they finally got rid of him. But yeah. DR is much better than PM. Yeah, I don't doubt it. The female Frank Hassel. I have no idea what that means. But yes. What's up? What's happening? Says that creepy reading. We're celebrating the demise of Plagued Moth's credibility in his career. Yo, Slime Beast. WYS. What is that? Will yourself? Wash yourself, Slime Beast. No. That creepy reading, hide. That creepy reading, hide. That creepy reading. Most people seem to hate or avoid Moth except his weird core fan base, who just act like he can do no wrong despite him treating his fans like shit often. Fucking absolutely. Fucking absolutely. There was this, to bring Twitter bullshit back into this is the most brain-dead shit to, keep talking about Twitter. But to bring Twitter bullshit back into this, there was this Moth fan who was tagging me in shit. And so this Moth fan, I think her name is Lizzie is Baked or something, she is tagging me in messages and leaving me tagged in these messages. And I reply to her and I say, "Stop tagging me, creep." Okay? And I get an email from Twitter saying, "Your tweet is harassment." And there's the little image of "Stop tagging me, creep." Oh, fuck. Do I have that here? It's on my Twitter, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. It was super fucking funny. So this... she's doing all this shit, and then she reports me for saying "stop tagging me" as harassment. But that's a Moth fan for you. Like a diehard Moth fan. Because a lot of people have left his channel and come over and said, "Holy shit, I didn't realize Moth was this bad. Thank you for opening my eyes." Or, whatever comments. And it's like, those people I appreciate. The people who are diehard Moth fans who will not listen to anything else, I have no respect for. Because they really are just, it's like Moth is their OnlyFans goddess, and they're the pay pigs, where like nothing you can say will ever get them away from there. Nothing you can say will ever get them to go against their gore, senpai. And it's like, it's pathetic. But yeah, anyway, that's that. Hi, says Hellbound Iscariot. Hi. I see you're still bound for hell. It's been quite a journey, quite a long time. Several years you've been hellbound. He got white. Okay, what does that mean? I'm shy to repeat things when I don't know what they mean. Hey TCR, says Council Lizard. Commentary community sucks. It's performatively apathetic. And I've been using that phrase a lot, and it's going to get annoying. But the commentary community is performatively apathetic. It's all a bunch of, "I don't really care, but," and "everybody here is stupid, but," and it's like you can drop the edgy emo teen shit. You can drop the "I don't really care, but here's what happened," or this YouTuber shoved a kid down the stairs, and whatever. I don't care if you go shoving kids down the stairs. Who cares? But the YouTuber also filed false complaints. It's like, you can stop pretending you don't care about shit. It's alright. Your audience isn't going to abandon you. Maybe they would. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't stream. I don't really care. I don't even want to make videos. But every so often people drag me back into making videos, and I'm like, I don't care. Then don't make the video, dipshit. It's just, minor qualm. It's not anything that's actually important. But yeah, lol, it's nice to see it have more eyes on it. Yeah, that's the thing. If you want more eyes on things, you have to go to the people who are like... you have to convince people to care. You have to fight tooth and nail to get people to give a shit. I'm in the hospital from a surgery and just woke up. What did I miss? The past 7 years. You've been in a coma for 7 years. Welcome back. Where can I find the Discord link? The Discord link is at toospooky.com. Too spooky.com. It's at the top right. It's a little Discord icon of a ghost. You can join the Discord there. It's just easier that way than getting the link and doing that. I just toospooky.com. It's basically only a website I keep up just so people can direct others to the Discord easily. It's got other stuff on that page, but none of it matters. It just is for the Discord link. He can't erase how he recanted or erase the people who heard him recanting. Exactly. That's the thing. It's funny how in the stream Moth did where he was shouting over me and turning me down and stuff. One of the things was he said, "This is in front of a ton of people. A bunch of people on stream have seen this," and it's like, kind of came back to bite you, didn't it? Because a ton of people just saw that on stream. More of a Schmorkus83 guy. You get the fuck out of here then. Schmorkus83 sucks. No matter how many times Moth gets banned, he will keep creating new accounts. Yeah, he's already shown that. He has multiple accounts right now that he can go to. He has them set up in advance. Like, I don't know if many people know that. And, this is something I have done too. So I'm not saying this is the be-all, end-all terrible thing. I'm just saying, I don't think people realize he has channels right now he can go to. Now, I haven't created channels I can go to if I'm banned, But on Twitter, I had a span of time where people were false reporting a lot of my shit. And so I created like multiple accounts, and then I linked them, and I'm like, here's where I'm going next when you take this account down. You can't, it doesn't matter. So, but in my case, I was getting reported for things like, I would say something like, I know you're not that stupid, and someone would report that as ableist, and I would get suspended for saying I know someone isn't stupid. It's fucking stupid. Fucking dumb. Last time I checked, you can't even get support without adding YouTube on Twitter. Yeah, and then a lot of the times they don't fucking pay attention. It's like a bot you're talking to or something. Okay. So Plagued Moth is breaking terms of service by having the audio of tortures and murders on his channel. Plain and simple, very basic. YouTube terms of service says you cannot have video or audio of people getting murdered and shit like that, recorded by the murderer and so on. Now, this is mainly to combat the people who are uploading, like, mass shooting videos and shit like that. Like, they don't want somebody going and filming their mass shooting, and then that keeps getting re-uploaded to YouTube. Granted, but the terms of service fucking says no audio, no video of people being murdered. Easy. What does Plagued Moth upload? Audio of people being murdered. Added YouTube about this. Said, why is it exactly that you don't give a fuck about, your terms of service when it's people like Plagued Moth? Other people get kicked off for nothing, but you don't give a shit when it's stuff like this. And so, YouTube's response was, thank you for reporting this, we age restricted it. Okay. Alright, you age restricted the video that violates your terms of service that you say you don't allow on your site. Okay. Fine, whatever. By the way, that tells us it wasn't age restricted, and Plagued Moth didn't age restrict his video of someone getting murdered with the audio of the person screaming and getting cut up. Cool. Awesome. How's everyone doing? We're all fine. Everyone's fine. I'll speak for everyone. Frank Hassel is a dude that harassed Boogie. Oh! He's the guy who fucked around and found out. I'm gonna fuck around with this Boogie guy. He seems like just a big lummox who wouldn't be able to defend. Oh shit, he has a gun. Fuck. That was funny all around. Could you imagine? I'm gonna fuck with this guy who seems like a complete sap. Who doesn't know how to do anything. To defend himself or take care of himself. Oh wait, he has a gun. Never mind. Fuck. As if it wasn't already demolished age again. Yeah. Fucking Moth, this is the thing. Once Moth recanted, that was it. Like, you could say as much as you want. You can prove him lying as much as he wants. But once he admits he was lying, holy shit, that's it. That's it, you're done. I'm just enjoying, yeah. Fuck, god damn it. How far back in chat am I? I like to go through everything. I like to have a conversational kind of thing going on. I don't like it to be a one-way thing where I tell you what to think and I tell you what, is or isn't. Raging Red Panda, I'm so glad I ain't a fan of Moth anymore, ever since I saw so many of his lies. He's a massive hypocrite and a manipulator. I almost fell for his BS for the past year. You, TCR, and Cold Raven did great. Well, I appreciate that. By the way, if you have any videos up on your channel, expect them to be flagged by Moth. Whatever they are. If you have like a Roblox video from 12 years ago on your channel that you uploaded when you were 7, that's about to get claimed by Moth. Call him Pedo Moth. See, this is the thing. Okay. I don't necessarily believe that Plagued Moth is a pedophile. Now, some people have said, like fans of Plagued Moth in the past and different people have said, I don't care if Plagued Moth watched CP, X, Y, and Z. And I've said, well, that's great. You're a pedo defender. Because literally you're saying, I don't care if someone is a pedo. So I have said stuff like that where I'm like, okay, pedo defender, whatever. But I don't think Pedmoth. Fuck, you got me to say Pedmoth. I don't think Plagued Moth himself is legitimately a pedophile. I think that he had inappropriate conversations with underage people, which I count as grooming behavior, and I don't think that if you stop the grooming behavior, it means you never were acting like a groomer. Like, so I consider that grooming behavior, and I consider him at least to have given the appearance of being a groomer. I don't consider him a pedophile. I think that he likes watching gore videos, very obviously. That's his whole thing that he's set his entire life up on. And I think that when he sees an infamous gore video, he clicks it and watches it. And I think if it involves a child, because he's reacted to children dying on his channel, I think if it involves a child, he doesn't care. He will watch it. So I think with this particular CP video that is at the center of all this shit, I think he saw an infamous video and he clicked it. That doesn't mean that in real life he would go after kids. That doesn't mean he's, an actual pedophile. I think he, got lost in the sauce. I don't even know if that's the right term. The only creator to this day to defend Moth is Shrouded Hand. I have no idea who that is. And while defending him, Hand told Moth to touch grass. Yeah. It's like I said in the video. Moth is like a father of 5. Go cut grass. Go do some yard work. Fucking edge the lawn. Stop edging to children dying and go edge the lawn. These are the jokes, folks. Same here. How long are you planning on making the stream? I don't know. I have no idea. I never plan anything. I didn't even plan to stream today. I just was like, I think I'll do this. I was thinking of doing a stream at some point where I'm going to put in the title 2-4 hour subathon, so people think it's a 24-hour subathon, but it's actually 2 to 4 hour subathon. I didn't even know Shrouded Hand and Plagued Moth knew each other. Yeah, who is Shrouded Hand? I mean, the name sounds like it's in the same community. Like it's an edgelordy name. I don't know the dude. Maybe he's a great guy. But it's like that typical thing of, studded cloak. Like, these, bloody nose ring. Like, it's like these fucking names. It's like if you were working at Hot Topic and you were coming up with nicknames for each other. It's like, yo, Shrouded Hand. Shrouded Hand, we need more of the dildos in the back. Need more stocked on the shelf. Same. It's hilarious, that creepy reading. I could totally imagine a lot of big creators on the horror/true crime scene know of Moth's existence, but just rather not get involved with him in any way, not even mention his name. That is exactly it. You hit the nail on the head. And that's what I've been told. It's secondhand information. Because as I said, though I may seem very invested, I haven't, bothered going and seeing, what other people think of him or anything like that. I just look for the stuff that proves he's wrong. What's up? What's up, 2000 Ribbon? Is that the name because... What is that name a reference to? I can't even think of a joke. What does it mean? What does it mean? Did you win a ribbon in some contest in 2000? Like what? There's nothing funny there. Lord Boneman, speaking of ups, right after I was talking about Hot Topic names. Okay, no offense, Lord Boneman. I didn't mean you. Don't worry about it. Speaking as a former Moth fan, man, I feel stupid for ever watching him. Somehow justified his content as educational. Well, that's what he tells you. Moth says it right in the fucking videos. He's like, it's for educational purposes and shit like that. It's to bring justice to the victims. To make sure that, people know about the tragedies that have occurred. Sure, buddy. That's why you're laughing and, soy-facing at it. Told me to touch grass too, yeah. Okay, so here we have that creepy reading. I assume talking about Shrouded Hand. He presented himself as a kind, educated man who was in the know, but in reality was a weirdo who watches gore. That is every fucking YouTuber that I've come across, almost every YouTuber in the past few months, just, changing out the gore part. Like a lot of the commentary, people. They present themselves as a kind, educated person in the know, maybe not kind, but in reality are just, trying to get people to fight on live streams. I gotta go. See y'all later, says Council Lizard. Well, you said that a while ago. You're already gone, but whatever. See you. White Bow. Okay, so here's an explanation on White Bowser. Olympic Gang. What the hell? White Bowser was some YouTube guy who faced serious PDF allegations, got tricked to come on to a live stream multiple times to prove his innocence, or for people to apologize just to get grilled more. I gotcha. He was, in fact, predatory. Well, did he ever get any penalization from YouTube, or is he still... Did he voluntarily leave, or is he still there? Because I doubt YouTube did anything. Are you going to watch Cold Raven stream later? Yeah, probably. The only reason I say probably is if I have a lot of... This stream will crash at some point, probably, because I have a lot of PC issues at the moment. PC issues. The Plagued Moth story. Get it, because PC also means... whatever. White browser's a predator, yeah. Well, with that name... Wait a minute. He's named himself after the villain from Mario, and he's white? This man's double evil. Moth is a cockroach, bro, yeah. Well, yeah. Usually I would be like, well, cockroach is a bit of a... and I'm like, yeah, fine. With Moth, I can't give less of a fuck. Yeah, he's a cockroach. When did Shrouded Hand talk about Moth? Was on Twitter. I think that's what he mentioned, yeah. What TCR mentioned. Well, damn, I thought the future would have better hospital food and no plague moths. Well, we're working on one. Working on no plague moths. By his own doing. Why not collab? Why not stream collab with Lyrics? I just wanted to do a stream on my own channel, sort of saying goodbye to Plague Moth. That is, unless he, does some stupid shit again, where I have to rip him a new one again. Because that's the thing. I don't know if many people realize, like, people who have come to this from Lyrics and from Cold Raven and from, people who aren't necessarily from the start of this, and I'm not even from the start of this. But I don't know if people realize that all of this would have been over long ago based on just a good answer out of this dude. And I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I think I got back on track. Who knows? Found a cat treat in my pocket that I didn't give the cat. That kind of distracted me. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to wave goodbye to, Plague Moth. And easy to stand behind that rule. God damn it. There we go. TCRA. Even Moth's recent thumbnails sometimes have a gore screenshot from the gore video he reacts to. Isn't that against TOS2? Yes, that is. Try to make YouTube care. See if you can make YouTube care. Challenge impossible. YouTube does not care. But yeah, he puts actual dead bodies and, shit in his thumbnails. One of his thumbnails is a murdered 16-year-old girl named Sylvia Likens. Her, corpse at the crime scene. He doesn't give a fuck. YouTube doesn't give a fuck. They're kind of made for each other. If it wasn't for the fact that YouTube has potential as a platform, I would say YouTube and Moth should just go down in history together, and he should be the only YouTuber because they're pretty well paired. One of them doesn't want to abide by the rules. One of them doesn't want to enforce the rules. Perfect match. Moth is so weird. Very understatement of the century. Bruh, insane. Yeah. Dude has changed so much in 3 years. You can tell if you compared his Ronnie video to a recent one, the stuff he watches has changed him. It could be that, or it could be that he gave up the facade. Like, he could have been... Because, Plagued Moth, on those patron streams that I leaked, which he tried to claim, which was overturned, get fucked, Moth. In those clips I showed, he was talking about how when he was a kid, he would watch gore. So I don't think, and how when he was a kid, he would make jokes about gore, be disrespectful and blah, blah, blah. And so I can't really believe that at the start of his channel he was respectful. Really? I think he was just doing it performatively, for the content. Because he himself says that, back when he was a teenager, he was looking up gore and being like, haha, dude, blah, look at him, is he okay? Haha. Boogie fired the warning shot, yeah. The shot heard round the world. And I really do mean around the world. Nobody will get that. Hi. Hello, Logan. Lord Boneman. Logan's going to say some weird shit. Hi, Logan. Funny thing is, I only stopped watching Moth after his video announcing his Patreon was targeted by trolls, blames it on being genderqueer, and I exclaimed, wait a fucking minute, yeah. Anything to paint himself as a victim. He has two faces. One face to his audience via his channel, and he keeps up the facade of being a victim. He tries to pretend that what he's doing is respectful or toward, you know, bringing things to light, I guess, and, you know, educating people. Tries to keep that face on his channel, but on every other social media platform and in his live streams, which he then hides, you know, you can see the fucking bullshit. So, of course, he's going to make a video saying, I'm being targeted for who I am. Meanwhile, I'm going to go on Twitter and target people for being who they are. Just think his relationship to illegal content is really fucked up. Yeah, even if he's not a pedo, he does promote and seek out illegal content in some way, shape, or form. Well, I believe... Okay, so this is like a heavy technicality. But I believe where he's from, zoophilia porn is illegal. I believe. Someone brought this up in, like, DMs. I'm not going to go looking into it because I don't want to get those searches on my fucking record. But he has covered that and, like, I guess reacted to stuff like that, like the Mr. Hands shit and, you know, some other stuff. So I'm wondering, you know, when we talk about illegal content, I'm wondering how much validity is there. As I said, it's kind of like a spurious kind of thing, but I just would be interested to know while I cough in your fucking face. I think it's pretty hard to say that watching gore and stuff like that doesn't warp your mind. Oh, of course. Of course it does, but, you know, I think his mind was already warped from way back when he was a teenager. And this, I think, this is part of why it's part of why I personally believe that Moth doesn't age restrict his content and tries, in some cases, to get kids to look at his content. Because we won't go into all that, but I'm, you know, keeping this in my personal opinion. He was exposed to gore when he was a teenager. And he thinks, it didn't change me. It didn't affect me. I'm perfectly normal. Which everybody knows to not be the case. So I think, personally speaking, that he applies that to other teenagers and other kids, where he's like, they're fine. I was fine. They'll be fine. That's just my personal thought about it. Maybe you should make a joke creepypasta of Plagued Moth. It's too much attention to give him. You know, I gave him so much fucking attention on my channel all this time. You know, like, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? If I made anything, if there was anything that I did related to Plagued Moth, it would just be some momentary character in something that shows up and he's like, hi, I'm Coldbug, and then he gets, you know, eaten by a fucking monster or something, who knows. It just would be like instant. Scrimblow, Bimblow ass names in that community, yeah. That's what it's like for Nick Nocturne. He was pissed Moth even mentioned him as an ally. Okay, yeah, that's something Nick Nocturne, Nightmind, DM'd me. And I'm going to try not to make any jokes at Nick's expense. Nick Nocturne DM'd me a quite verbose set of DMs explaining that Moth tried to contact him, and Nightmind said that he told Moth not to fuck with me because I would fuck him up. And I'm paraphrasing. Very much paraphrasing because it was a fucking novel. So that's what Nightmind says happened. I would like to, you know, he was looking for the DMs and he couldn't find them. I would be interested in seeing them. I'm not going to demand to see DMs or any shit like that. I would be interested to see. But, so Nightmind says that Plagued Moth lied when Plagued Moth was on that stream saying, I talked to a lot of people, including Nightmind, and apparently Slime Beast has this, that, and the other thing about him, because he's trying to directly say, I got this information from these people, including Nightmind. But Nightmind, you know, DM'd me and said, I told Moth to fuck off and not to, you know, cross your path. And I'm like, okay. Pardon me. Because for anybody who doesn't know, Nightmind did a similar thing to Moth, where he brought me into some drama because I was friends with someone else. Moth brought me into this because I was friends with TCR. you know, to a certain degree. I don't think we even really knew each other, but we had, you know, talked about some previous stuff. And so Nightmind did essentially the same thing because of a different friend. I think he already did. What happened with Nicholas Diorio? It's pretty much what you saw. Somebody wrote something, and it was to Nicholas Diorio, and so I said, "Gee, I wonder what this is in reference to." So I went to look at the original post by Nicholas Diorio, and I couldn't because of that, because of the blocking. So I was like, who is this? I know his name from stuff, but I'm like, I never spoke to you or about you, or I don't think I've said anything related at all. And it's like, okay, pussy. Oh, fuck. But yeah. Fuck. I keep losing the fucking place in here. When you go to scroll this shit, I'm trying to highlight it just so I keep reference here. There we go. When you go to scroll it, sometimes it jumps. But yeah, that's my entire experience with Diorio. I got there was this dude named Matt Pitt, not Matt Pat. He's dead. Matt Pitt, who apparently, as I was told afterward, is somebody who went after Mama Max, or you know, was crucial in exposing Mama Max. Which is like, I thought Mama Max kind of exposed himself, but okay. So this Matt Pitt guy was like, and I'm going to paraphrase because I'm going from memory, but it was like something like he wouldn't cover Plagued Moth stuff. Somebody else asked him about that. He said something like he wouldn't cover Plagued Moth stuff because everyone involved is an idiot. And so I replied to him, and I basically was like, "You're an idiot. That's a dipshit take, and you're fucking stupid." But not in those words, but you get what I'm saying. And so he was like reposting, he was quote tweeting what I said, trying to get his audience to like dogpile. And I'm like, "You're just pathetic, dude." Like, I have no doubt he's done good things, and I have no doubt he could be a good person. He could be a very cool guy. He probably was very important to exposing a lot of stuff about someone who was very bad. Probably a great guy. In this case, an idiot. In this case, wrong. So since I disagreed with that Matt Pitt guy, I think that's probably where the Diorio block came from. I think Nick Diorio was like, somebody has disagreed with my one true love. I will block this person. And I'm like, I've never spoken to you. Whatever. No offense taken. Those gonna sound stupid. Don't worry about it. Would you be surprised if you saw Cyrax? I don't know who Cyrax is other than his picture, because I've seen the thumbnails where people are like, "Cyrax is at it again." Would you be surprised if you saw Cyrax and White Bowser in Plagued Moth's Discord server? I mean, okay, so... Fuck. I can't express how much this chat jumps when you're scrolling it. Where the fuck is Cyrax? Fuck it. Oh, it's right there. Okay. I'm going to have to start selecting things. Would you be surprised if you saw Cyrax and White Bowser in Plagued Moth's Discord server? No. I don't really know much about those two people, and I'm not saying that Plagued Moth would be connected to them, but Plagued Moth has had people like that in his server before. One of his moderators was a dude who was sharing CP. And it's someone that, Plagued Moth now disavows and all that shit. But, I wouldn't be surprised because it's happened. Shrouded Hand as being a Plagued Moth? I guess. I have no idea. You'd have to ask TCR. TCR interacted with him, I guess. Hi, says Susan McCaffrey, but with a question mark. Well, hello? Question mark? WB's channel is gone. White Bowser. Okay, he disappeared off the internet. I wonder if he deleted his channel or if YouTube took him down. If YouTube took him down, good deal, I guess. By his own words, before disappearing, only uses burner accounts now. Oh, so he probably voluntarily disappeared. Have you heard of Femios? You don't have to keep opening a fucking thing. Have you heard of Femios and Jalen, etc., who defended Vaush? I've heard of Vaush because he was mentioned on a podcast I was on, and we made fun of him. This was a long while back for like some shit take he had. I know that he's in trouble now for similar stuff to like Plagued Moth and everything, and this White Bowser dude. I've heard Jalen's name. Don't know who that is, and I've never heard of Femios, whoever that is. And it's not anything against them. I just don't, I don't participate in a lot of communities that are centered around certain topics I'm not interested in. Vaush versus Hassan. Is that going to be a boxing match? Moth will do stupid shit, yeah. It's Moth. He'll do stupid shit, yeah. It's one of the universal constants. I'm hoping that from this point forward we can move forward with some more interesting content and more what are the other terms that people use? Is there somebody shoot me what the terms are that Zoomers use for things people want to say? I don't want to say we're going to have some lit content because I know that's not correct. I'm not going to say my content is fire. I know that's not correct. I may be old, but I know that's not right. When I was a kid, we had some insane websites available, like Rotten. Yeah, exactly. Thing is, most kids weren't actively looking up that stuff, whether we knew about it or not. Yeah, I mean, there was a site called Steak and Cheese, and somebody linked it, and I was like, Steak and Cheese? What's that? And this was when I was a teenager. What's Steak and Cheese? Sounds like a site that's about steak and cheese. Was not a site about steak and cheese. Very much not. I don't suggest anybody look it up. It's not anything illegal, but it's the same thing you're talking about, like Rotten and everything. Slime Poopy. How fucking dare you? I'm not gonna have moderators just because you're saying poopy. I'm not gonna bother modding people just because you're saying poopy. It doesn't matter to me. Somebody coming in here spamming a poop. That creepy reading. If he's not a pedo, then why did you all last time call him a pedo? I don't. Who called Plagued Moth a pedo? You gotta understand. I think Cold Raven called him Pred Moth, and Cold Raven was calling him a lot of things, and I have called him a groomer because of his conversations with that 13-year-old. So when you get down to the conversations with the 13-year-old girl that he was talking to, that's something where I would call him a groomer. Cold Raven may call him a pedo. And I don't know if he, I'm not going to speak for him, but, back then. And, people would have different positions about that. Some people would say, neither a groomer nor a pedo. Like Lyrics and, some other people. It's like, hey, he may have been sexually inappropriate with a child, but he stopped at some point and didn't fully complete the groomer checklist, so he's not a groomer. I personally have the bar a little lower, where I'm like, if you do groomer shit, if you engage in groomer behavior, even fucking once, I'm going to be like, why are you a groomer? Why are you grooming this person? What the fuck's going on? Now, that could just be me. I could be factually inaccurate. I could be going against the definition of the word groomer as per Webster's dictionary. But that's my position. But yeah, a lot of people will say, why is everybody who's against Plagued Moth calling him a pedo? And it's like, you have to actually, maybe you should actually, not use Susanna, but I'm just saying, in general to people, maybe you should actually listen to what we're saying before deciding what we're saying. Will Free Pancakes. I don't recall him ever reacting to zoo stuff. Same with Suicide. I was a patron and subscriber for a while. There is some zoo stuff, especially recently, which is, the primary stuff I'm talking about. I'm trying to think. There was the, you guys will have to forgive me for bringing up some of the shit that, blame Moth, because I have to bring it up because he did it. He did a thing about a crushing video, which is like a fucking fetish involving animals. So it's debatable as to what, where your bar would be with that kind of shit. But yeah, as per reacting to suicide, he did the Ronnie McNutt video. He's done, multiple things like that, I believe. Never called him a pedo. He's got kids. I said he likely downloaded DD looking for content based on everything he said. Yeah. Anyways, got a dip. Well, you've already left Olympic, but goodbye. I'm getting to this way late. Flying to England to live with my wife? Well, damn. Holy shit. I hope that you've met your wife in person, and this isn't a catfish situation. I'm flying to England to meet with my wife. Gets beaten up by 5 dudes and robbed. Don't... Be careful. 3 years towards working toward a visa, finally coming close to a close. Take care, everybody. That's cool. That's good. I wish you well, all jokes aside. I don't know you, but I wish you well. Alright, so we've got Hey Dude NG. And he says, me like le poopy. Yummy, sniff sniff. I wonder whose channel this guy's come over from. That creepy reading says, at the time we collaborated on defeating evil dudes. Possibly. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, if you're talking about like the Creeps McPasta thing, but yeah. For anybody, we'll get into Creeps McPasta maybe, because I always like to, what I like to do is, Creeps McPasta, Creeps McPasta is like, quote-unquote, the real problem. Out of Mama Max, Plagued Moth, Vouch, all these people, as far as I know, none of them have met in real life with the girls they were grooming. I'm not saying that they all groomed girls. I'm saying, this is true of Creeps McPasta. Let me rephrase. As far as I know, all of those people I mentioned have not met in real life with girls that they groomed. Creeps McPasta met in real life on a one-on-one basis with girls he had groomed. These girls have not come forward, but literally he is on recordings doing this, on podcasts and different things like that. Literally he is on Facebook with posts where it's like, oh, we're together and we're out getting henna tattoos. So, Mama Max, Vouch, Plagued Moth, I'm just naming pretty much everyone I can think of. That Kerfuffles person. As far as I know, none of them have met with children in real life. I think Creeps McPasta is the real problem that everybody is sleeping on. So I like to bring him up whenever there's any kind of audience involved, because I really think that that's what people should probably be directed to at the end of the day when the circus dies down. Remember when he accused Fergie of being Ripper? Yeah. So Moth had a moderator in his Discord server named Fergie, who was apparently a pedo. And Fergie also had joined that creepy reading server, like as a member, like had joined it, like anybody can join it. And so Moth likes to use that against that creepy reading and say, wasn't Fergie a member of your Discord? It's like, bitch, Fergie was a moderator of your Discord, Moth. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh. Nicholas Diorio hiding from you now. I think Nicholas Diorio, I don't know much about the dude other than he sits like in the background of calls thinking of what to say at the opportune moment. But I actually don't know about him. I'm just saying rude shit because I know it antagonizes people. I don't think he's hiding from me. I think he just was like, who's this fucker? Like if you could picture in the voice of Nathan Lane. Who's this fucker? Who is he talking to Matt Pitt this way? Get blocked! Humph! Block! Humph! Like, that's how I picture it. Like, we'll see about that. Click! But yeah, I don't think he's hiding from me. I think it just was a, momentary thing. It's funny. Alright, so Hey Dude NG says, yogurt poopy sniff. Good work. Okay. If you are 6 years old, leave the stream. If you're not 6 years old, seek assistance. Annie Gal says, but have you considered that good things and bad things are exactly the same? For shame, Slime Beast, exactly. Who cares, man? Who cares about this internet drama? I'm just a kid in the back of the class, sitting way down in his seat. I ain't listening to the assignments. I ain't gonna get no job in an office. I ain't need this shit. Who cares about anything, man? That's my cringe impression of a apathetic YouTuber. Matt Pat, Yummy Poopy. Mr. Beast. Oh my god. Fucking Jesus. You are 6 years old. Alright, fucking go away. I think you're a child. I don't want, whatever. This is not a stream for kids. Just because I'm cursing a lot and talking about, odd subjects. The commentary community actually platformed Mr. Girl. I heard one of his songs on Lyrics' stream. I had never heard of Mr. Girl before, and I haven't heard of him since. He sounds like something that exists. But Annie Gal, obviously good and bad is not the same, different. What? Fuck. Who did I interact with? I saw that. I think somebody was talking about Phantom Hand earlier. And I said they would have to ask you, because you had brought him up, and I don't know who he is. So if whoever that was wants to at that creepy reading and ask what they asked, I don't know. I don't even remember what it was. Speak sarcastic. Boomer. Yeah, I'm a boomer. Find it funny. The funny thing is, you're either a boomer or a millennial or a zoomer. Gen X doesn't fucking exist, which is totally fucking on brand. It actually, works out really well. Find it funny, I only watched like two of Moth's videos, and immediately a lot of shit came out about him last year. Dipped out of that so fast. Good deal. Slime, when you say don't look it up, you know I'm going to look it up. Okay, well, I did my part. Steak and Cheese was the other one. That crap was wild. Yeah, I forget how old I was at the time, but I was just like, oh. This is one of those things where I was like, is this allowed on the internet? Is this legal? Is this allowed? I don't know if you can do this. And, of course it wasn't anything illegal. It's just that's, when you're a kid, that's how you view, edgy content. Wonder when the Plagued Moth shitpost game ARG will happen, like Sad Satan, but more trailer parks and child grooming. Postal 12. Wait a minute. Isn't that just the game Hatred? Isn't Hatred just the Plagued Moth game? Fucking Jesus. Cat Blender video, he talked about zoo stuff. Yeah, directed animals being hurt, exactly. Creeps McPasta. Creeps McPasta sucks shit. Damn, I used to listen to Creeps McPasta every night. Yeah, it's... Creeps McPasta... fuck. He is like... background noise. A lot of the narrators on YouTube are background noise. People put it on in a tab when they go to sleep or when they're doing work or whatever like that. So, a lot of people don't, and I'm not saying this is you, but a lot of people don't care what they do because they're just like, I just need my background noise. But, fuck. So they have a lot of people who listen to their shit and don't know anything about these people at all. Like, you wouldn't look into the history and the lore of like a talk radio personality that's just on when you're in the car. Nobody looks into these people. TCR, was it where you once were on Bad Creepypasta, aka Michael Leroy's channel? Plague Moth is motherless behavior. Yeah. Well, we won't get into that, but yeah. I still call Creeps McPasta whenever he comments on videos because it's crazy that so many people are unaware. Yeah, exactly. I saw Creeps McPasta had like the top comment on one of those Creepcast videos with Wendigoon and Meat Canyon, Papa Meat. And the top comment was Creeps McPasta, and I can't believe this dude shows his fucking face. At least like in the horror community. Because by now people should be aware by word of mouth. You know, everybody should be aware of what happened. Where he was grooming children. I couldn't believe he had the audacity to show his face. But what really got me was his comment was something like, and you know, I'm paraphrasing, his comment was something like, yeah, this story is so scary. And I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't even have any kind of original thought. Like, you're going to come out and show your face after everything that happened. And it's going to be to say some, like, again, Sniper Wolf shit of, like, bro has a scary story. Like, it was so fucking lazy. And it's like, why? Why show your face and have everybody replying, calling you a pedo for your own behavior? Why risk that to say, yeah, the story was scary? Like, it just, it boggles the mind. It baffles me and boggles the mind at the same time. I don't think Vosh is remotely comparable to someone like Moth. Yeah, it's just that thing of, like, you know, take everybody that people are talking about on YouTube. Take all the people, maybe except for, like, EDP. You know, I'm talking about, like, currently, like, right now, present day, past 24 hours. You know, take everybody people are talking about on YouTube and put them on one side of the room and put Creeps McPasta on the other side of the room. One side of the room met with children that they were grooming in real life for dates. The other side has some horrible shit. The other side has some stuff that really needs to be questioned. The other side may belong in prison to certain degrees. You know, based on a case-by-case basis with each person. But the other side of the room met with kids in real life that they were grooming online. The other side of the room, Creeps McPasta's side of the room, received child porn from one of the girls they were grooming and said, I'm never closing this image ever. Oh, hoo, 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 hoo. Fucking vomit. I'm glad I didn't eat before the stream. Gag reflex inducing shit. So I always make sure to bring up Creeps McPasta because I don't want to fall into that trap where the important shit gets left behind because I focus on the dumb drama bullshit of Plagued Moth saying I'm a pedophile or something. You know, like, I want people to actually remember, hey, there's this guy named Creeps McPasta who's gotten away with it for several years and, you know, has never been taken to task for anything. I mean, people have made videos about it, myself, That Creepy Reading, The Spy V, a lot, you know, there's a number of people who have made videos about it. But not to the degree that there should be. Like, it's still pretty much restricted in community, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you have to be part of a certain community to know anything about this. Anyway, I don't think Vosh is remotely comparable to someone like Moth, to be honest. The worst he was caught with was Lolly, which is a far cry from genuine CSM. Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's just that thing, like I said, if, you know, take everybody's talking about nowadays, and they're not as bad as Creeps McPasta. Call out, yes. There's also evidence that Ripper was a 16-year-old boy, and he was inspired by Moth's content. Who the fuck knows? I haven't looked into the Ripper stuff at all, because basically, I'm the guy. There's something that is like a phrase in my community, and that phrase is the slime beast mistake. And the slime beast mistake is bothering slime beast. Because when you bother slime beast starts looking into everything about you. And just tries to figure out who you are. If slime beast finds things that are shitty about you, he digs further. You know, like Ripper, a terrible person, horrible fucking person who belongs in prison. I haven't looked into it because I'm like, there are people to look into Ripper. There are people to look into that. There are people to hunt him down. To various degrees of legality. Those people exist. Nobody's going to look into Moth. So I will look into Moth. You know, that type of shit. Usually I have to be dragged into something before I start, digging. Wow, it's Annie. Hello, Annie. Wow. 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 Modus Primax likes the word wow. Wow. Newest Moth video, which has nothing to do with the drama in any way, has a 35% dislikes. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Everything Moth does now has to do with the drama because he is the drama. You know, the drama is him and his behavior. At least that's my take. I'm just glad I disliked Moth before I had official reasons to. Yeah. Lamau. Lamau, in the 90s, none of those sites had a child filter working. Mod for hatred when. Yeah. That's the thing a lot of people don't realize. In like the 90s and early 2000s, the Wild West days of the internet, there was no way to stop anything. Like, you think it's bad now with Discord groomers? Try being a teenager on instant messaging programs where there is no saved log. You can type anything you want for your username that day. There is no block. There's basically no anything. There's just chat between whoever wants to chat. And imagine being a teenager in the 90s, as I was, on the internet, saying, you know, hey everybody, so this is the, you know, Marvel Comics chat room on this fucking instant messenger service in, you know, the middle of the fucking nowhere in like a remote desert of the internet. You know, hey everybody, I'm a Marvel Comics fan. I'm 16 years old. And like 5 to 10 people in the chat say, want to go private? Do you have any pictures? Who's your favorite superhero? Spider-Man? I can shoot things too. Like, that is literally what it was. And, I'm not even fucking around. So, you think this is bad, you should go back in time. There is a fuckload. There is a fuckload of pedophiles who never saw any repercussions to anything and did some heinous fucking shit. I sincerely doubt the FBI or CIA or anybody even knew how to track anything in that regard back then. Like, that was, I'm exaggerating. Of course they had people that went after like hackers and different shit like that. But I sincerely doubt the FBI was monitoring like chat room number 453 of Yahoo Instant Messenger. Like, oh god. Does anyone remember that drawing of MCP having sex with Jeff the Killer from Bleeding Heart's work? Yeah, I think didn't MCP lead into that and repost it or something, or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of something else. I think he reposted Mr. Creepypasta. You have to, for anybody who is unaware, there's Mr. Creepypasta and there's Creeps McPasta, and they're two different people. I know, it fucking sucks. It's really hard because I will say the wrong name when I'm talking about either one. But I think Mr. Creepypasta reposted a drawing of him having sex with Creeps McPasta. Just fucking weird. Ripper literally had it's not weird if they're actually gay or actually dating, but neither of them, to my knowledge, are gay or dating. And it just was like purely to be like, hey fans, here's that fan service you wanted. Which then becomes creepy. Ripper literally had Moth's Amber Alert thumbnail as his icon in some pedo forum. It took me a minute to figure out what the hell that meant. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I was just about to say something about the Creeps cast comments. Yeah, that was fucking nuts. Creeps McPasta showing his face in 2024. Every time I see Creeps McPasta randomly in YouTube comments from a long time ago, my stomach hurts. Okay, I'll bring this to you guys. If you are so inclined, try to get the Creeps McPasta stuff out there. I'm going to put in chat a link. I made once I saw, this is like a new thing with commentary YouTubers not giving a shit about anything. Like it used to be back in the day, commentary YouTubers gave a shit a lot. And that was its own problem. Fuck. that was its own problem, because you had like the era of like the Gamergate shit and the atheist YouTubers, and you had a lot of people who cared a fucking lot about a lot of shit and had a lot of opinions, and if you disagreed with their opinions, fuck you, die and go to hell. Cry about it, blog about it, fuck you, you hurt your feelings, tough shit. And there was an era of that, and that was cringe. But then YouTube overcorrected, and we've got people yanking the steering wheel the other way, overcorrecting, and now nobody cares about anything. You care about that? You care about that? Really? Give me a break, dude. Nobody cares about that. So it's like we overcorrected a bit. But, I forget what my original point was, but here's the link. That's right. I wrote this up specifically for apathetic YouTubers who don't want to look into anything and want to go on a live stream and then learn about it. Like, you'll notice a lot of streamers nowadays that are in, like, drama shit, they'll go on a live stream and watch a video at 2 times speed, stop it halfway through and say, this is cancer, and turn it off, and then wonder why they don't learn what the situation is. But yeah, so this was specifically made, this document, for the people with shitty attention spans. So if you want to share that document around anywhere you want to, it's totally up to you guys. It's just information to get out about Creeps McPasta. Is that your cat at the top left? Yes. Somebody said put up a picture of the cat. That's the cat in the cardboard box. Her name is Ella, and she bothers me all the fucking time. I'm surprised she's not here right now. She's probably off in a box. It's the type of cat who, when I'm trying to work, will climb on the keyboard, climb up onto my chest, and go to sleep while I'm sitting in a chair so that I have to hold her up. She'll just go the fuck to sleep. Drop her head drop her head just totally to the side, like, blah. It's fucking annoying, but it's cute. Maybe I'm biased or insane, but it grinds my gears seeing Moth, of all people, flip out about people liking Lolly, even if it's not true, when he publicly and shamelessly enjoys extreme gore. Plus, okay, so this is something that I brought up on his stream. And there's a lot of shit that went by on his stream that, you know, nobody knows about because you couldn't hear me and he was screeching like a banshee. Moth likes to wear, or liked to wear, an anime girl t-shirt when he was streaming, and it's an anime girl with huge boobs. And so when he was saying stuff like, this girl is flat-chested, so therefore they're a lolly, I said to him, well, that girl on your t-shirt is a lolly. And he says, what are you talking about? This can't be a lolly. The character has large breasts. And I'm like, that is literally... that is literally the lolly argument. This character can't be a lolly. She's a 1,000-year-old dragon princess. This character can't be a lolly. You know, she has a mustache. You know, like, whatever the fuck. Like, that is the whole thing. You know, you have to actually look at the context of what something is. Do I think his t-shirt actually had a lolly on it? No. But I'm saying you have to look at the context of what the image actually is of. Is the image actually of a kid? Because if somebody's drawing pornography and they draw an image and they say, this giant woman, this 6-foot-tall Amazonian woman with huge muscles, is a 4-year-old who was transformed into that. Like, then the context becomes different. You're like, whoa, buddy. Wait a minute, what was that now? But that doesn't excuse, you know, that doesn't excuse all the 5,000-year-old dragon princess shit. I'm just saying it's like, you know, you have to look at the context of what is being looked at here. Is it a kid without clothes? Hey, automatically bad. Fuck off. Is it a kid fully dressed? Okay, now let's try to figure out, is this, why did you like this? Because if it just is because it's a good drawing, whatever. If it's because you're attracted to the kid, then we have a problem again. But, you know, there's so much fucking shit to it that somebody like Moth coming out and saying, you're a lolly because this image looks a certain way is like, okay, that doesn't work. You have to have the knowledge of what the fuck is going on first. Don't poke Slime Beast, exactly. Fucking Jesus. If you poke Slime Beast, you're going to get slime on you. That's the whole thing. There's going to be blowback. Even cracks jokes while reacting to some videos. It's crazy. Yep. We watched Joe Cartoon, Hamster in a Blender and more in class alongside E-Bombs World, Newgrounds, and more. Oh god, Newgrounds. Fucking Christ. Here's the thing, too. A lot of websites, to this day, just are like, are you 18? Yes or no? And I would love to see the percentage of how many people click no. Because I think pretty much any kid would click yes. And that is like the standard now. Like, it's not much better than back in the day when there was no checking for anything. Like, now you just click yes and you're an adult. Which is why 7% of Moth's audience is children. Which is like 13,000, views or whatever. Per month. It's not uncommon for people to be into lolly as a coping mechanism for child abuse trauma. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. What's your favorite horror movie? Oh boy, I have a list on my front page, on my channel page. I have a list of movie recommendations. I like Return of the Living Dead is pretty high up there. Then there's some newer stuff that I liked recently, like Psycho Gorman and The Menu. Very different movies. But yeah, I like weird stuff. I like not necessarily hipster shit where it's like you haven't heard of it, it's pretty obscure. No, I like movies that are fucking weird, as in the movie itself is fucking strange. I like iconography above a lot of other stuff. Like, I love Ghostface. Not a fan of most of the Scream movies, but I'll see every Scream movie because I like the iconography of Ghostface, and I like the, I guess you could say iconography of the fact that the storyline is always the same in terms of the mystery and the reveal. The movie's not so great sometimes, but, I'll always be there for it. I like weird shit. I also find it funny when anyone says Moth's critics obsess over him while he still holds that grudge against Reddit from years ago and still talks about Lazy and others in his streams for months now. Yeah, he's fucking... That's the thing, It all comes from that apathetic thing, that performatively apathetic, sort of like amoral grandstanding. It's the opposite of moral grandstanding. It's the grandstanding of, I don't care about your morals. Like, I don't care if you care. Let's go down the drain. Let's circle back and forth forever. You don't care and I don't care that you don't care and you don't care that I don't care. Great. This is really, really moving things along. But, yeah, people will say, you're obsessing over Moth. And it's like, I am answering Moth. And I also decided I'm going to look around and find, what Moth has done. And hopefully now that he's recanted his shit, we can be done with that. We'll see. How to Kill a Mockingbird. How to Kill a Mockingbird. God fucking damn it. Is still peak internet humor from around then. Alongside My Hands Are Shaking, and still boom headshot. And dude, let's go for a jog. Of course I hat. Yes, everybody knows what that means. 95% of the chat is like, is that from Skibbity Toilet? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Have a knife. Oh, you run faster with a knife. I got you. I was wondering why you cut off there. It was the word limit. One thing that really drives me up the wall about his commentary space is the casual sexism. I love it. Once again, I know there's going to be some apathetic Zoomers out there who just don't care, man. I don't care about your sexism. Oh, cringe. But the point is, in my mind, Moth and his wife will call people sexist while being sexist. It's like, that's the point. The hypocrisy of it. It's so fucking stupid. I'm getting a headache just trying to make sense into Moth's way of thinking. Honestly, not worth the time. Hypocrisy doesn't follow logic. Yeah. Does anyone remember that comic Lollipop My Lollipop? That sounds strange from the beginning, but we'll see. Does anyone remember that Sapphire artist who made that creepypasta yaoi comic? And does anyone... I don't remember any of that shit. I didn't know Snuff Bomb. Snuff Bomb is the creator of a popular creepypasta called Laughing Jack. I have never heard of him cosplaying nude. I've heard things about Snuff Bomb. I don't know what the fuck any of it means. Like, at some point, somebody told me Snuff Bomb sexually assaulted somebody over Skype. And I'm not trying to make light of anything, but I don't understand that sentence. I haven't seen... if there is any clear, concise stuff about Snuff Bomb, I would love to know, but up till now, it sounds like a bunch of stuff where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about. Just shared the Creeps and Pasta doc. That's cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Does Andrea have a new Twitter? Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Moth makes a new Twitter every time. I don't see why she wouldn't. I made a live. Sweet. Hello. Welcome to my only stream for the next 6 months. Because I don't ever fucking stream. And then and their Creepypasta Junior. Yeah, Creepypasta Junior is another fucking creepypasta narrator with creepypasta in their name to make things extra confusing. He's the third creepypasta narrator. In other words, people who read other people's stories out loud and monetize it on YouTube. He's a third person who was implicated in the same thing that Creeps McPasta was doing. But Creepypasta... Fuck these names. Let's simplify this. Junior was implicated in the same things as McPasta. McPasta made a response video, and McPasta has a large internet footprint, and McPasta was caught grooming other girls. But Junior, the third person in this, Junior never made a response. Junior disappeared from the internet, essentially. So with Junior, there's not much to go on for looking anything up or figuring anything out or, putting out new evidence or anything like that. With McPasta, there was a lot of shit that was found. Like clubs that used to stamp kids that were older than 18 instead of the adults who could drink legally Lamau. Under 18. Yes. Do you like the movie Rubber? I haven't seen it. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. It's about the tire. About a killer tire. Slime, I highly recommend Marabito. If you want to watch a trippy as fuck movie, it's so worth it. Alright, I'll write that down in my memory. Taking out my mental notepad, writing down Marabito, tearing off the page and eating it. I'll try to remember to look that up. The gore community hated him from day one, so in typical fashion, everyone on Reddit is a pedo. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Moth was also caught trying to scam subreddits for charity. Both he and his wife would both post on the subreddits, acting like they didn't know each other, so that they would get, double the charity. And they got banned for that shit. So, he has a lot of stuff to be mad about with Reddit. What's up? I just joined. Well, we're just celebrating the fact that I probably don't have to talk about Plagued Moth anymore because he recanted his shit. He tried to go back on it and say, actually, I don't recant that, but once you admit you're lying and once you admit you're wrong, you can't go back. So I think he's pretty much done. I'm hoping there's nothing else new that he does that's really fucking stupid, where it's like, I didn't want to have to make this video, YouTube, how everybody starts their drama videos. I didn't want to have to make this video. I really didn't. But here we are again. Well, yeah, the level of apathy is cringe. Typical young people BS. Yeah. There shouldn't be a gore community. Hey, you said it, not me. Despite the fact I might agree with it. Ella like Ella Enchanted. Essentially the same name, but not based on that. She had, Ella has the same colors as her mother. So I just initially was calling her Little Mother, which I shortened to LM, and which became Ella, for the L. She's a very small cat. So that's that cringe backstory there. Oh my god, Slimebeast cares about his pets. He cares. Cringe. That is quite homosexual. Twirls mustache, sips brandy by fire. Quite homosexual. The best horror movie is objectively Jason X. That's another one I haven't seen. I think I would have seen Jason X if it was not part of a franchise. Like, if they had said there's a killer slasher on a space station, I probably would have rushed to see that. I'm probably not giving it a fair shake, because just because it's part of a franchise, I didn't see it. You know, a franchise that I thought had jumped the shark. Agreed, that's why I put community in quotes, exactly. I remember his Q&A. Creepypasta Jr. said he had oral sex? In one... Ah! In one Q&A, this was either 2013 or 2012. I was like 10 when I watched that video. Oh, God. Yeah. That's the fucking problem. You know, example right here of why you probably shouldn't be talking about sex to your child audience. We have somebody right here fucking talking about it. I'm just checking my OBS shit. Okay. Have you seen Turbo Kid from 2015? No, I'll make a mental note of it. Turbo Kid. Sounds like an 80s skater movie, but I assume it's a horror movie. Since that's the topic, you know, generally. Rubber is barely a movie about a tire, it's a movie about meaninglessness. Aren't they all these days? Isn't every modern horror movie about meaninglessness? Like, you know, horror, to me, like, a good horror is like going on a date. You meet, you get to know each other, you know, you learn about the characters, you learn about each other. You see if you hit it off, you see if you like where the movie's going. You know, eventually at the end of the night, there might be a climax to the film. A lot of modern horror movies don't have any idea how to go on a fucking date, and the movie will just run up to you screaming and shove its ass in your face. like you know, we're supposed to wait till we get to that part. At the end of the... Okay, whatever. You fucking... fucking slut of a horror movie. I'm still a little confused about how Scare Theater is related to this. Scare Theater... I think Scare Theater... correct me if I'm wrong, if that creepy reading's still in the chat. I think Scare Theater is friendly with that creepy reading, which would be why Moth went after them. That's my opinion. Moth was talking about Scare Theater, like, Scare Theater made a video about that infamous CP video that Plagued Moth said he watched multiple times. Scare Theater made a video about that was like a documentary kind of thing about this is what the video, you know, was and how it came to be. And, you know, it's one of the most horrible and disturbing things on the internet. Whereas Plague Moth is like, you know, I saw it. You know, I'm awesome. I saw part of it. You know, I'm edgy. Oh, wait, no, I didn't see it. Wait, that's illegal? No, I didn't see it. Never mind. But, so Plague Moth's thing with that was, how did Scare Theater get this information? That's literally it. That's the funny thing. A lot of Plague Moth's allegations, you can end the sentence with, that's literally it. That's it. I'd stream, if you streamed more often, I'd definitely come watch it. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'll do it. Hectic life, hectic shit. Bagel Goose, wonder why there wasn't a Freddy in the Cyberverse, too. I don't know what that means. Do you still write pastas? I occasionally will write a story. I post it on Patreon and then put them in books of short stories. I'm behind on doing this. I do write stories from time to time. I burned myself out. Somebody commissioned me to write 4 original horror stories. And they wanted them to be like 4,000 words each. And I'm the type of person where I sit down and I write something for fun. So I took this commission, wrote 4 horror stories, 4,000 words each. And after that, I was mega fucking burned out. And it's been a couple years. And I'm like still burned out from that. Because I do not enjoy having to write something. Like, that really fucked me up. I like to, at 2 a.m., I like to sit on a message board and write some stupid shit, hit post, and then never look at it again. Also, as an aside, I've showed some of your videos about Moth to a friend of mine who was a victim of sex trafficking and cartel shit. Seeing their reaction was priceless. It puts the absurdity of all this shit into much greater perspective. I don't doubt it. That's the thing is, you know, one of the most important things to remember with Plagued Moth and all the people against Plagued Moth, and even with Creeps McPasta and all the people against Creeps McPasta and so on and so forth, the thing to remember is the actual important people are the people who get affected by this shit personally. Like, the actual point of this shit with Plagued Moth watching a CP video is the fucking kid that was in the CP video that was abused. Like, that is the actual, at the end of the day, thing. You don't care, you know, a lot of people, you don't care? You don't care, man? If Plagued Moth watched this video? Fuck you. Simple as that. You're a dipshit. You're dirt. Because this is a video of a kid being abused that was made for people to spread around the internet and enjoy, or pay, you know, a certain amount and enjoy. And if you don't care about that shit, I don't have much to say to you. Other than expletives. And probably some slurs that I will only say in private to you specifically. I'm just guessing. I've never been in a one-on-one conversation where somebody has, directly brought that up as the point, but I probably would lose my shit. I swear I have a conspiracy theory that Slime Beast is secretly Mr. Medicare. If I'd have more subscribers. I don't really, whatever. If you liked Psycho Gorman, you're gonna vibe with it. Cool. I'll also make sure, if I don't remember certain things, I'll go back and check, the stream. Just got done watching Lyrics' most recent stream about Moth. He is so unbelievable. Have a good stream, Slime Beast. Hey, no problem. Will do. Thank you, Magical Butter Knife. If anybody wants to, discuss any specific thing, by the way, feel free. It doesn't have to all, whatever. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Turbo Kid is a gory post-apocalyptic sci-fi, and it's great. I also love the horror movie Marabito. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, so I might as well go all in. I mean, it's an absurdist masterpiece. It's not much of a horror movie, and the entire plot is hilarious. Excuse for things to happen. I mean, making a horror movie about a tire in general is, something that should earn you people watching your movie. The fact that you did it alone, people should give you the respect of watching your movie. Give you the props. I remember when I heard Mr. Creepypasta's unrestricted videos back in 2013 or 2012 on the Slender Bone fanfic too, which was weird. I have absolutely no idea what that is. I've dug into these people, and I still don't know what that is. If that's anything that still exists, let me know. I'm guessing by the name Slenderbone, it was like an erotic fan fiction. I feel so disappointed in myself that I ever used to watch Moth. Moth, Moth lies. Moth puts on a front. Moth puts on a face, a mask. If you feel bad about it, just keep in mind he's a fucker. He misled. He gaslights. He's the one who kind of tricked you into watching him. For lack of a better term. Moth randomly insulting both Nexpo and Scare Theater of all people. He has really zero shame. Yeah. Either you're with Moth or you're a pedophile. Either you're with him and collaborating with him and giving him your views and, your audience, or you're a pedophile. I just joined What the Fuck Happened. Oh, we're just having a celebration. Plagued Moth is somebody that I've been talking about for a while. He made a bunch of false allegations against some people, including me. And he was on a stream the other day where he recanted and admitted his claims were bullshit. He went back on it and tried to say, no, actually, I take back my admission that it was bullshit. But once you admit it's bullshit, that's it. Once you admit it, that's you're done. You can't say you were lying about lying. So we're kind of this is probably going to be the last time I talk about him on my channel, unless he does some stupid shit, which he would have to it would really have to be outlandish. I'm not if he puts up a GoFundMe to have his legs amputated and replaced with robot legs. I'm not going to fucking... Who cares? I'm not going to make a video about that. It has to be some real outlandish, crazy, awful shit. I mean, I was 10 years old and hearing Slenderbone and the other Slenderman sex story... Yeah, fucking Jesus. On Mr. Creepypasta videos and Jane versus Jeff the Killer part where Jeff has sex with a prostitute. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, this is all... this goes back to more of a Wild West time on YouTube, a more willy-nilly kind of thing where people didn't bat an eye at, doing that kind of shit. And not age restricting it, not, looking at their age demographic of their channel. Will you attempt another comic book? If anybody will draw it, sure. I have a lot of trouble getting people to finish projects. But, if anybody will draw it, and when I say if anybody will draw it, I mean, somebody who can realistically complete a professional comic book. Because, a lot of people will be like, I'll draw the comic book, and it's like... I would also like people to buy it. I have to be an asshole and be like, stick figures, I don't know. But, so I should clarify, but... Oh, man, I'm so late. That's alright. Stream's over. Bye, Persephone. No. Moth reminds me of Mama Max. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you take Wendigoon and you dip him in Goofy Juice, like the Joker falling into a vat of fucking toxins. If you take Wendigoon and you dip him in Goofy Juice, you get Mama Max. Not that their content is the same, but just the general vibe. You go a step fucking goofier than somebody who's totally, fine and normal. Apparently, I don't know him personally, but Wendigoon seems fine and normal. You douse him with Goofy Juice and turn him goofy, you get Mama Max. And if you take Mama Max and you throw even more Goofy Juice on him, get him even more goofy, you get Plagued Moth. You drown him in Goofy Juice, you get Mr. Angry Slug. It goes down the scale in terms of goofitude. Thought the stream got taken down. No, that's just I just put that up to be funny. It's quote-unquote funny. That's just literally just a screen cap, and I just threw it up there as a background. The way he calls everyone who makes him look bad a pedo is disturbing. It's like a disorder at this point, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Plagued Moth has called people pedophiles in the past. It's a lot of alliteration for you. But he's called people pedophiles in the past, and those people went away. Now, I'm not going to say that they weren't guilty. I don't know any of these people, and I don't know what they did or didn't do. But other people in the past have shit-talked Plagued Moth, and he's called them pedophiles. Whether they were or not, I don't know. He may have been correct. And those people disappeared. And anyone who didn't disappear had a tough time getting anyone to listen to them. So this is a tactic that he has seen work in the past. So he thinks, oh, someone new is talking about, what I've done? I'll just call them a pedophile. They'll be whisked away. They'll be taken away. They'll disappear. So he thinks it works. And he ran into some people it didn't work on. He ran into some people that weren't going to back off, scared of him. Mama Max going off the deep end is so sad. Was everything about him really all fake? I have no idea. See, Mama Max is somebody I had heard of, and I had seen one or two things he did. But really, my biggest exposure to that is when, with the recent stuff. But yeah, give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. I'm going to put some music on for you.
You're up before the sun. The men and women we count on every day. And when you need us most, your Carolina Ford dealers are here for you. Discover what it means to be true blue. For great offers on a new Ford truck or SUV, see your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Nothing like a Cheerwine Zero Sugar after a long bike ride.
Whew, maybe a little too long if you ask me.
The taste is off the charts.
Yep.
And none of the sugar? Come on.
It's the spot, but I can't feel my legs.
Love the way it kind of dances on your taste buds.
I'm never dancing again. How can I be this sore?
How can Cheerwine Zero Sugar be this good? Especially on ice.
Yeah, well, I need an ice bath.
Introducing Cheerwine Zero Sugar, a unique cherry taste with no sugar. Try it today.
Stop. All right. Where were we? Jesus Christ. Do. I just joined the stream. What happened? Nothing. Where the hell? I lost that. What has happened? What has happened to the stream? Nothing happened to the stream. It's just a background that I threw up to confuse people. It worked. But when he gets confronted with someone who actually knows how to debate like a coherent human being, he gets grilled. Yeah, this is the thing, and I'll I'll kind of touch on this a little bit. So Lyrics really grilled the shit out of Moth. And I've given Lyrics, you know, some shit here and there because he also grilled the shit out of like Lazy Bedhead. Like, not necessarily grilled the shit out of her, but, you know, like, if anybody who saw that stream knows how it went. And when Cold Raven came on, he was, you know, acting like Cold Raven was a dipshit. So he, you know, Lyrics was basically acting like everyone was a dipshit. And I bring this up, you know, sometimes, and he goes, oh, you're white knighting for fucking Lazy Bedhead. It's like, am I white knighting for Cold Raven too? I mean, fucking Jesus Christ. But the thing is, the reason I'm bringing that up is that goes into the Turkey Tom stream, which is like, I also gave Turkey Tom some shit for not moderating that debate between TCR and Plagued Moth. Like, he thinks he did a good job moderating. More power to you, buddy. Like, you know, nothing against you. But no. I'm being honest. I'm being real with you. So yeah, that's the thing is, you know, with the Turkey Tom stream, Plagued Moth was able to yell and scream and hoot and holler and constantly interrupt and, you know, go blah, 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 blah. Jam his fingers in his ears, you know. But with Lyrics, he could not do that. Especially because it wasn't a debate between him and another person, you know, with Lyrics moderating. Like, he was directly being asked questions. So that was like, you know, that was like a setting where he, you know, wilted, essentially. If you can't control the situation, you know, you melt in that kind of scenario. How's progress on the video game you're working on? Well, there's multiple. Hold on one second. Pardon me. There's multiple ones. One of them is close to completion. It's a like a simulator game in terms of almost like an AFK game. You don't have to do much with it. It's something where you name characters, and then you see how the characters progress and what they do, and sort of like watch, rewind, go back and forth, seeing like little characters surviving like a zombie apocalypse. And it's just basically made for people who want to be like, I'm going to name all the characters after my friends and see which one of us would survive the zombie apocalypse. I'm going to name all the characters after the cast of Friends. See which member would survive the apocalypse. And also with Twitch integration, which is the main event, essentially, so that, streamers, like when I'm talking to you right now on this stream that you're actually watching, I could have the game up, and you guys could be watching the game as you, in the chat, have little characters named after you, trying to evade zombies, picking up shotguns, going after zombies, getting killed by zombies, and then we see which one of you survives at the end. So it's kind of maybe a complicated thing to explain. It's essentially it's essentially like a screensaver for your stream. Like if you've seen Marbles on stream, if you've seen Kukoro, if you've seen a lot of games on Steam, Placid Duck Simulator, Mushroom Simulator. There's a lot of games like that out there. I wanted to put together one that was maybe a little more fun and had a little more like pep to the design, rather than looking like an asset flip, essentially. Man, Angry Slug is one hell of a wacko. Yeah, I found a lot of stuff about him. I was going to make a video about it, but I decided not to bother. Angry Slug is one of those people where Slime Beast, even I was like, I have stuff about him. I don't fucking care. Who cares? So I ended up sending it to somebody else. They can do with it what they want. Also, I checked out the 2019 Watchmen TV series. It wasn't horrible. Okay. Yeah, everybody was talking about how that was woke. I bet, like, everybody was like, the new Watchmen show is woke. And it may be, it may not be, but I bet if those same people compared it to, like, modern day, like, Marvel movies, they probably would be like, yeah, the 2019 Watchmen TV series, that's how you do it right. These Marvel movies today are woke. Like I bet if you went back, people would take back what they said. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Does YouTube live chat auto-delete messages that contain certain words? Yes. It's not even anything I can control. I just realized one of my messages appears on my screen but not on the stream. Yeah, this is, I don't, to my knowledge, I have word filters off, but YouTube as a whole has a greater thing where they will filter things out without me even wanting them to. Like, I don't think you guys can even say, like, fuck you in the chat. And I don't have the word fuck as, like, a censored word. Was not only a Moth fan, but a former patron, and was even in his server back when Fergie was still a mod. Good lord. It was actually because of TCR that I changed my mind on him. That's good. This is the thing. Plagued Moth fans are welcome here. Being a CSA survivor myself, or I should say ex-Plagued Moth fans, being a CSA survivor myself who is disturbingly desensitized to trauma, I initially felt seen in his earlier videos. I get it. And it came across like this was all based on a genuine desire to help survivors. That's, again, not that you're thinking this, but that for anybody out there with similar feelings, this, again, is not your fault, because he puts one face to his audience, and he has one face on social media and in his hidden live streams and shit. Like, he does his best to come across, a certain way on his channel. And puts on a mask. So, that's what the mask is for. Came across like all this based on a great genuine desire to help survivors. Seeing that all of these were blatant lies is just disgusting, yeah. It's fucking crazy, because you don't, like, it's almost like a fucking villain you would write in a story. It's like a movie villain. Where the dude wants to, develop the land into a mall, but first he has to get rid of the people who live on that land. And so he says, we'll just say that there's a gas leak. and we'll make everyone leave, and then we'll develop the land. Like that stupid roundabout Scooby-Doo bullshit, like a Scooby-Doo villain. I was dressing as the Loch Ness Monster to scare those kids away from the beach because I wanted to set up, it's the same type of shit. It's that stupid fucking cartoon villain bullshit of, I want to make money off of dead people, but what I'll say is that it's for education and to help survivors. Meanwhile, I'll be on social media making fun of Junko Furuta. Like, it's fucking stupid. It literally is a Hanna-Barbera villain from a fucking 60s cartoon. Like, it's just so dim-witted. Mashup of After the End, Mad Max stuff. I'm assuming this is the Turbo Kid video? Or movie? Yeah. It's a major thing. I will look that up. An ad, Lamau. Oh, yeah. Fucking ads. I forgot about ads. Well, money. Yay! 0.03 cents for me. Ha ha ha. Your stream viewing experience was ruined, and I got 0.03 cents. Do you live in the Carolinas, bruh? Yes, I live in North Carolina. What's up? What's up, Convilius? I live in North Carolina. How you doing? I was born in New York. Lived in New York. Live in North Carolina now. If you look on my site, you can find pictures of me outside. Maybe you could locate where my house is based on like the fence or something. Lol, what the heck? Do you play indie horror games? I don't know if that was your intent or not. I'm kind of leaning into it. Do you play indie horror games? I can't find many games I like. Like a lot of games now. I want something that matters in like a video game. Like, I was too old for Minecraft when it came out. I was like 20-something. But I enjoyed Minecraft because it was like, you know what? I'm doing something that at least makes it feel like I'm not wasting my time. I am wasting my time, but it makes it feel like I'm not wasting my time. I can build something, and other people can enjoy what I've built. And I even, got a job in like 2014 working on for a Minecraft server, which is cringe as fuck, but don't care, got paid. Let me go cry about it into my paycheck. So that made me at least, that at least fooled me into thinking I wasn't wasting time. But a lot of video games, I'm like, I get in a little bit into it, and it's like, collect 17 copper ore. And I'm like, no. I don't want to collect 17 copper ore, because after I do that, you're going to say, collect 17 iron ore. And then after that, you're going to say, craft this item. And then you're going to say, use that item you crafted to craft this other item. Or you got something like Overwatch. Play the same map for the 5 millionth time. Okay, well, can I at least, play this map for the 5 millionth time with, like, a new hero? No, we put out one hero every 6 months. Like, it just feels like a fucking waste of time. So, I do like horror games to a certain extent. I can't find any that I really, like, vibe with. Because I need something to... I need it to feel like I'm doing something that matters. And that can even be something like figuring out a mystery or something like that. Like, mystery is gone from a lot of games. Mystery is gone from a lot of movies. That's one of the reasons I'm always there for the Scream franchise. The Scream franchise, at least on the surface, pretends that it's a mystery. A whodunit. I like something that, I feel engaged with. This music is good, actually. Yeah, Smearballs is cool. Some of his stuff is pretty edgy. It's like... But you get the idea. I think I have a magical gut feeling. I used to like Moth until he started talking about Slime Beast, who I didn't know. And even not knowing him, I got the feeling Moth wasn't handling the situation probably very well. Yeah, like... Oh, correctly at all. Turns out my gut feeling was right. Yeah, I mean, Moth overstepped. And it's not just because it's me. It's because, in general, you can't call everybody pedophiles forever. And then keep everybody on your side. Because eventually people are going to be like, well, wait a minute. That's what you said about the last 15 people. Need YouTube Premium. Oh, God. That's the last thing I want to do is get people buying YouTube Premium. I'm sorry. I'm going to start using dipped in Goofy Juice. Yeah, please do. You see that sometimes. Like, you'll see a YouTuber, and you'll be like, well, this guy's like Markiplier dipped in Goofy Juice. Like, this is like a step below Markiplier. This is like Markiplier doused with something. This is like this is like the errant clone of PewDiePie. He's almost there. Like XQC. It's kind of like the failed clone of PewDiePie. I don't know. You know, that type of thing. This music sounds like what I would make. Moth literally getting kneeled on. Oh, Jesus Christ. I get that reference. By the way, what music is this? Oh, it's Smearballs. I think I've probably said that a million times. It's one word. You can find it on like SoundCloud and shit. Really not the sharpest butter in the sun, that guy. Exactly. What music is... I told you it's Smearballs. These are old messages, I know. I like Lazy Bedhead. I have no problem with Lazy Bedhead. Lazy Bedhead, I'm a Gen Xer. Sorry, I'm a boomer. Gen X doesn't exist. I'm a boomer. So Lazy Bedhead's energy is a bit much for me. But who gives a fuck what my energy pattern is? Who gives a fuck about that? You know, Lazy Bedhead does, you know, very well-produced content. Like, you watch her videos. I just do shit. I just shit out videos with no effort. Like, I don't put any work into it. TCR. TCR, if you talk to TCR when he's stoned, like I'm gonna make fun of him a little bit, and you know, if he's in the chat, whatever. I'm gonna make fun of you a little bit, TCR. Like, when he's stoned, I'll say something, and then it'll be like 20 to 30 minutes, and then he'll say the same thing, and I'll just be like, great idea, TCR. Fucking baked. Cold Raven, you know, people talk about, you know, talking about energy, like with Lazy Bedhead. Cold Raven's energy, bit much for me, personally, because I'm an old man, and it's my own fault. But it's funny to see people say, you know, like, what is up with Cold Raven? What is up with how he's behaving? And I'm like, hey, there's someone who's never been to New York City. There's someone who's never talked to a New Yorker. And I mean like a real New York City New Yorker. I mean like the dude who's on the street corner having an argument with somebody, and you know, things are about to get real, and he's taking his shirt off. Like, you know, like you haven't touched grass. You haven't touched sidewalk, my friend. If you think that's too much. Just look up videos. Just go to YouTube and type NYC fight, and you'll see 5,000 dudes who will make Cold Raven look like, you know, like a snail, like in terms of his speed of his talking and his attitude. It'll make everything, you know, seem 10,000 times clearer what he's saying. Haven't seen the stream with Lazy and Lyrics yet. I should probably check that out later. It's absolute cancer. The stream with Lazy and Lyrics is taking two magnets and pushing together their opposite ends. Like, they just repel each other naturally. It's a natural state of the universe for those two to not be in contact. Have you heard about Harley Quinn killing Batman? Yeah, a lot of people are pissed off about that, but I don't know why. Like, you can not like the story, and you can not like the game, and you can not like the storytelling of how some character was killed. But in general, isn't this kind of all handled with like Elseworlds multiverse shit? Like, I think we've established that in DC and Marvel nothing matters. Which is why the Marvel Cinematic Universe is in a fucking collapse, is because literally nothing matters anymore because they overplayed the multiverse hand. Like, this character died, so what? They can come back in the multiverse. You know, this actor left the franchise, so what? They'll sign a new contract and he'll come back in the multiverse. Fucking Wolverine. I'm sure it'll be a great movie. Hugh Jackman, I'm sure he's a great guy. But, give me a fucking break. The multiverse shit made nothing matter anymore. And that's, part of the reason why everything's shit. Why should I be careful with my storytelling if I can just change it later? But, yeah, plus people, have put up some of the faces that, like, Harley Quinn makes in the game, and it's like, people are saying, oh, it's ridiculous to say that she should look a certain way, and I'm like, nah, it's got that Mass Effect Andromeda kind of quality to it. Like, objectively, as someone who doesn't really give a shit about DC games, doesn't play them, has never played any of the Arkham games, I'm just objectively saying, nah, some of those, expressions look a little overdone. That's all I'm saying. And that's not even a reason not to buy a game, because the expressions are overdone. Anyway, Lunar Phoenix has to go because work called. Bye. Well, that's 2 hours ago. Bye. So the point of the mask is, will there be a fan meetup at your house? No, Logan. Pulling a sniper wolf. No. Listen. I'll be real with you guys. Okay? I'll be real with you guys. There are plenty of people out there who have talked about killing me. Plagued Moth talked about driving to my house and beating the shit out of me, which wouldn't go how he thinks, but whatever. I'm a fat dude. All I would have to do is fall over on him, and in about 10 to 20 minutes he'd be, completely asphyxiated. But but a lot of people have threatened to kill me. Mainly because I dig into what they've said in the past, and for some reason, their own words of what they've said in the past makes them very angry. So, there will never be a fan meetup at my house, because anybody who shows up at my house saying the word slime beast, I'm not going to assume good intent. If I see anybody in real life who calls me slime beast, I'm gonna assume shit's going down. It's like a dude walking into the middle of a black neighborhood and saying, "What's up, N-words?" When he's not, like the shit's gonna go down. I'm gonna assume bad intent. I kind of like Cold Raven, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's the thing is, people's energy doesn't match up a lot of the time, and a lot of people are not familiar with the idea of talking to people who aren't like them. Most of the people on the internet are not familiar with the idea of talking to people they disagree with, or talking to people with different personalities or different likes. So, I like Cold Raven too, but I can acknowledge that some people are going to be like, ugh, because they're not used to talking to somebody who's hyped up 24/7. Not a game, but another movie. You seem like you'd be a fan of Fido. I've seen, that, okay. When Fido first came out, I was like, I have to see this. But then it's one of those things where over time I never actually did. So I should put that on my fucking list. Plagued Moth isn't pregnant, but he never fails to deliver. Ba-dum-bum. Ba-dum-bum. It's 2 drum rim shots. Because it was deserving. Moth pulling an internet tough guy. Yeah. That Mr. Sen, dude. Okay, I don't want to send anybody down. I don't want to send anybody down a rabbit hole. So don't look this fucking guy up. He's okay. If you took Angry Slug and you doused him in Goofy Juice, the step down would be Mr. Sen. So that should give you an idea. But there's this dude named Mr. Sen, and he was he was in this live stream, and he was saying to me, "If you were in front of me right now, I'd punch you." And I'm like, you want to set up a sanctioned boxing match? Like, what is this shit that everybody, I will hit you. Okay. I guess that makes you right about what you're saying. I guess that means that the other person is incorrect factually in their argument if you would lose your cool and punch someone. Totally doesn't make you a stupid pussy. Oh, God. You know, that's the thing, is you have to be afraid of, and this is, you know, some rambly, stupid bullshit. You have to be afraid of the people who don't say anything. You have to be afraid of the people who don't put on a big show. You know, nobody who is self-assured in their dominance of a situation tries to prove that they're dominant in the situation. You know, I'm talking about the guys where somebody wants to start a fight and they start circling the dude and they take their shirt off and they start swinging and the guy's just standing there. Guy's just standing there watching him. The guy's standing there and he's got a drink in his hand. And this other dude's circling him like a yapping dog, like a chihuahua. You know, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to fight you, you bitch. I'm going to get you. Guy's standing there in the center of the circle with the drink in his hand. And just taps the guy in the jaw, knocks him the fuck out. One shot. Doesn't spill his drink. Takes a sip. People who are in control of the situation don't need to show that they're in control of the situation. People who are hunting pedophiles, you know, because that's a big thing with Mama Max and Plagued Moth. People who are hunting pedophiles don't need to tell people they're hunting pedophiles. They file reports to the FBI with a full bunch of information, and they report it anonymously, likely, and they move on. You know, internet tough guys are not tough guys. Internet tough guys are bitches. And that's, you know, with very few exceptions, like, you know, professional boxers or shit. You know, YouTubers who train to become a boxer. Congratulations, you graduated from being an internet tough guy to being a real tough guy just to cover your own ass about what you were saying. Fine. But internet tough guys are not tough guys. Mr. Senpai. If you were in front of me right now, I'd punch you. Okay. Good point. I wonder how that would turn out. Oh, God. It's funny, internet tough guy shit. People who are working, another thing with the Mama Max and Plagued Moth stuff, people who are working with the FBI, people who are working with the police, if you say to them, are you with the FBI, are you working with the police, they would say no. If you're looking for pedophiles to turn over to the FBI, to turn over to police, if you're working with the police on something, if you're in collaboration with someone at the FBI who, you know, you have like as a contact, you don't go out and say, I have an FBI contact. If people say to you, do you have an FBI contact? You say, no. And you lie. It's the same thing with the internet tough guy shit. So that's why I always laugh when people are like, my contact at the Pentagon? Yeah. You don't have a contact at the Pentagon. If you had a contact at the Pentagon, you wouldn't say it, because then people would be looking into who your contact is and trying to find who the fuck is working with some dipshit on YouTube. And they'd get fucking fired. You know, like... Oh, shit. Anyway. I'm going to get off here soon. The stream's pretty much coming to an end. I just wanted to do like a celebration thing of winding down on Moth, you know, and hopefully never talking about him again on the channel. I probably on Twitter will make fun of him and shit, but whatever. What's up with the cat? That's my cat. Somebody asked for a picture of my cat. It's my cat in a cardboard box. Is Mr. Sen even real? Well, his fan art isn't. That's another thing about this Mr. Sen dude. He has a header of like a collage of fan art on his channel. It's all AI generated. The dude used AI to generate fan art of himself to make it look like he had, you know, fans who drew him. I always thought Moth just made the bitch up. I would not blame you. Moth makes a lot of shit up. Will there be a house at your fan meetup? Possibly. Welcome to the first annual Slime Beast fan meetup. Never mind the ticking. I need y'all to stay put in this room for about 12 minutes. I'll be back in 13 minutes. Again, do not seek out the location of the ticking. Did Moth ever actually catch pedos, though? No. Fucking no. Or is it just pedo-jacketing his entire career? Okay, so Moth has accused a lot of people of being pedophiles. He may be correct in some cases. I don't know. Before I came into this, I have no fucking idea who these people were. But he's called other people pedos. May be true, might not be true. He didn't fucking catch any of them. I don't see anybody going to fucking prison. And the fact that he has pedo-jacketed so many people around the time I got into this, when he first started dragging me into this shit, the fact that he has falsely pedo-jacketed so many fucking people now leads me to wonder if he was ever being honest about it in the first place. You know, with other people. I don't know. I don't want to give slack to people who are actually pedophiles, so that's a very dangerous, line to walk. But it makes it look like he was lying about everything else. Congratulations, Moth! You made it look like everyone is innocent that you've ever accused. With your false shit. You gotta invite a house, they can really get down. They sure fucking can. They raise the roof. I don't know, some house joke. He didn't ever claim to be a pedo hunter, though, right? Okay, so I don't know if many people claim to be pedo hunters so much as they act like one. I don't know. I could be wrong. Again, I'm disconnected from commentary YouTube, drama YouTube. Do people actually call themselves pedo hunters unironically? Because it's cringe as fuck. Like, don't fucking say it publicly. Go out and hunt. If you're going to be doing that shit. Like, if you find somebody who's doing some fucked up shit, get their information and report them. Shrug. Physical shrug. I'm shrugging in real life. You don't go on YouTube and say, hey, everybody, I'm a pedo hunter. Please give me accolades. I'm against abusing children. I know, kind of a controversial hot take. Please, please, hold your applause. I don't know. Gorepocalypse, follow Gore, yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to get fucking going. How long has the stream been? 2 hours, that's fine. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? Am I right? Type in the chat, say, type, I don't give a fuck in the chat. Everybody spam it. I won't see it because it'll get auto-censored. Sucker. But yeah, that's about it. I'm still laughing at the fact that Nicholas Diorio blocked somebody because they were mad because he was mad. They disagreed with his boyfriend or whatever the fuck. I don't know. That's not any. I don't know anything about Nick Diorio, but it just was fucking funny. All right, ending stream. How do I end the fucking stream? Oh. Okay, I did the thing where I connected YouTube to OBS, so it's like different now. I'm a fucking boomer. I'm going to post the link in the chat one more time to the Creeps McPasta Google Doc. Make sure you share that with whoever you can. I just feel like if you're interested in Mama Max, this is for people you might go out there and find out in the wilderness. If somebody's interested in Mama Max, if somebody's interested in Plagued Moth, if somebody's interested in this Vouch shit, and kerfuffles, or, whatever these people are, if somebody's interested in that shit, slide that in there too, because this is worse. It's fucking worse, and nobody pays attention to it. Alright. Bye, everybody. I don't know what else to say. Do people usually just end the stream, or do they do something special?